What in the maple syrups? Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very long while that we've actually dove into something. But here we are to dive into, as you can see already by the maple syrup or the maple leaf logo on his left nipple. Canadian Dave, we're here to talk about Jonathan David. He is officially signed for Juve, and it is the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano. And here to break it down with me, we have Maple Leaf Tit Dave and German Dave.
Thank you.
It's all
Yep.
about my maple tits today, I suppose. Celebrating.
Hey, today is your day, man. Like you had 2 days on the bounce, right? Like Canada Day and Canada Day.
And you know what? To be fair, this happened overnight. This did happen technically on Canada Day. That was the very first day the free agency opened. His contract was released. So it sort of made sense that it happened July 1st in the evening, rolling into now July 2nd. So, yeah, call it Canada Day, the first time in Juve's history on the men's team that we get a Canadian. I think it's just how the transfer market works. That's all it is, guys. But we're going to celebrate regardless.
By
Here
design. Maybe you did it on purpose.
Yeah. So, who is this Jonathan David? Some of us know him. He is a Canadian, so he's not the most well known. Let's just be fair. But he's making a name for himself. So who is this guy? Born actually in Brooklyn, only lived there for 3 months, moved back to his parents' native country of Haiti. Actually, there are a lot of Haitians in Canada because of the French-speaking nature of, say, Quebec and Haiti. It is a thing. So he moved to Ottawa at the age of 6. He did choose Canada at 18. He was offered to the U.S. national team. He said no. So for all intents and purposes, he is Canadian. That's how he labels himself as. Take it as you will. This is just like how the French team is, that conversation, if you will.
Q51st State joke here.
I was scared for a second that you will go there.
So, I mean, this is him, 178 centimeters. He's okay. That's about 6 foot. Market value dropping there as high as 60 down to 45, obviously free agency. But you can see here from Ottawa to Ghent, from Ghent to Lille. Spent the past 5 years at Lille now. First Canadian in France. From a Canadian's perspective, this is kind of big. It is, but to bring me down a little bit here, we have an American and a German, and we'll look at some of the numbers because I have to stop. I'm gonna put the bias away, guys.
Why did you go so deflated with it? You're like, I'm gonna look at the numbers. It's like, damn, chill. It's better than Doosan. That's your thing right there.
It actually is. That is not a lie.
Trust me, I have heat maps ready. I have comparisons ready. I'm all the way in.
So here's the chart. This is FB Ref. Green.
A lot of green.
He's not shit. I mean, a couple things fast completion. But no, that's the thing. Like, he's not a world beater. Let's temper expectations here. There are going to be people, especially Canadians, that are going to be losing their shit, and there's going to be like these hardcore Europeans that know nothing about North Americans are going to be like, this guy is crap. No, he's literally somewhere in between. He's good. He's decent.
He's, a 15 goal a season player. Maybe 9 assists.
He's very good. Honestly, let's not completely like underrepresent him or undervalue him. He is a very good striker now, and I think like low key very versatile because his passing numbers are great, as you have there on the chart. Like a lot of touches, a lot of progressive passing, touches in the attacking penalty area of the opponent, successful take-ons. That is a bit more of a darker green and not the nice bright green, but still like pass completion 82.6% completion per 90. But that means honestly that his passing is happening in the final third, basically, with that completion, and that completion in that area of the pitch is really good.
90 percentile. That's actually really damn good. Not gonna lie.
That is incredible. Like he's in the like top 2 percentile in the big 5 leagues, basically, or in the top 5 leagues. So yeah, let's not underrepresent him. Like he is playing the modern striker style, being a bit of a facilitator. And I like that, man. The thing is, like, yeah, I mean, how much will Tudor, who is the coach right now, so we have to accept that. How will it work with a coach that doesn't have like an intricate idea of offensive football? Like, how will he utilize a versatile striker that is roaming like in front of, like in between center pitch and the box, trying to receive the balls there and then play it on and break basically the defensive block down.
Yeah, and again, I think this is where the benefit is, where it's different than what we're normally used to, is the versatility at the forward position here. I mean, the only thing that we've had close to this in the last 5 years was Alvaro Morata. I would say Milik
Yeah,
when he was healthy.
it's a similar style, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very similar style, but I think again with what he's capable of, right? He is not your goal poacher or your 30 goals, 40
No.
goals a season. I just want to temper the expectation there. He is again 15 to 20 with double digit assists. That is kind of where I kind of project him as far as production value, where you want to get good production out of him. If he's able to get you at least 15 goals and 10 assists, it is a very successful season for Jonathan David if he is able to do that. Just because, again, he is able to, again, receive that ball, facilitate play to your wingers. Your wingers will be able to feast off it. It's supposed to have a mediocre to a decent touch, which is better than Dusan. Anything better than Dusan. But we'll see from that perspective, but I do have the anticipation that he will help this offense be a lot more productive.
Dave, just before you go into that chart, because Dash started the comparison game, let me just show you what I have ready here.
So just on Sofa, you can immediately see that he beats Dusan in every category.
Yeah. And now to go even deeper into that for a second, I know you said no German today, but I guess I have to for just a bit. Look, he doesn't have a lot of shot attempts, right? But his actual goal scoring rate and chance creation is great, and how he is involved in the offensive game overall. Like, he is also pretty good, like in touches basically. And then switching to this chart here, who has a ton of shots, but scores less goals, is basically worse at everything else. Less touches, less goals scored with the amount of touches he has. Like, the ratios. Oh, sorry, this was the player. To the top, and you see how off the ratios are, and that is crazy. And yeah, 10 goals. 4 assists, and then you have Jonathan David, 16 goals, 15 assists. And
But 5
more
assists.
more minutes, of course, but even then, like, the rating is better there, and you see just with this chart, like, that David's all around game and effectiveness is way better than what this guy was giving us for a portion of the salary.
So when you say all round game, not only in attack, because if you're just looking at pure attack, okay, maybe there's a bit of an argument which one's better. Maybe not a huge upgrade. This guy will come back and defend.
Yep.
Okay, so here's one thing about, generally speaking, North American players, whether that's Canada, US, Mexico, even down to South America, that Western Hemisphere, boys like to fight.
Yep.
This isn't this Euro trash, pretty boy, Calafiore wearing a bra strap like it's 2006 all over again. These, for lack of a better term, these are real men.
Yeah. Oh, they are.
But no, that's what it is. Like, this guy will fight. And that's what I love. Like, you look at McKennie or Weah, or Pulisic on Milan, what have you. Look at these boys. They're not just going to roll over.
Yep.
And that alone is the upgrade for me from Vlahovic. Because what does Vlahovic do? Belittle his teammates, whine, moan, complain.
Yep.
Doesn't do anything productive.
Damn, Dash, that's the most gigantic pause ever.
That's crazy.
What? I thought we were doing a highlight reel for Dusan.
Oh, man. But as we see here, all competitions, 36 minutes, so almost 4,000. 2,500 of those in the league, 1,100 in the Champions League, and 266 in the Cup. That's a total contribution, 25 goals, 12 assists, with a consistent rating of 7.2. I mean, again, just a good,
Ooh.
solid all-rounder.
I hit that on the dot with the number. Ooh. I told y'all 25. Ooh.
So again, not a 30-plus goal scorer in the league, but he's gonna produce.
No, you don't need a 30. Here's again the biggest thing that people fail to understand when it comes to Juve. Even like for example, in general with great offenses are not based on one guy scoring 30 goals a season. They're not. Like for example, you look at it, say what you want about Inter, right? With Marcus Thuram, who this guy is a great comp for, and Lautaro. None of those guys are scoring 30, 15 to 20, and they have again 10, 5 to 10 assists, 10, more than likely 10. That's what this team, in my opinion, needs, because now you'll have a more facilitating striker, which then helps assist the growth and projection of Yildiz and potentially Conceição if you keep him, or if you purchase Sancho, or I would like to call Jadon Berardi at this point. It's a little bit more of a facelift offensively. I think from a contribution perspective, hell, if you wanted to be fancy, you could play Yildiz, David, and then Colo at the top, depending on how stupid Tudor feels that day. So I think again, and I don't think we've gotten into the financials yet, but we could. I think we have the projected numbers for his contract. He's on a cheap contract, mind you.
Relatively speaking, yes. So
Because
the
I think
numbers.
what is the final numbers? 5 or 6?
So the final numbers aren't official yet. It is in terms of the contract, 5.5 plus 6 and change. It's in that 6 realm, whether that's including bonus, give or take, right?
We'll find out on Friday about that.
Yeah, so he gets his medical on Friday.
The medical is scheduled for Friday, and usually you have the contract signings, and that's also where you get the official communication. We just gotta wait like 2 days, and we will find the
so we
will get the official final numbers.
Regardless, right? The numbers that is half the amount you're spending on Dusan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Now there is an agent's fee. I've heard as high as 30. The number I've heard mostly is around 15. I don't know if that will come out right away. That tends to leak out after the fact. But let's just say 15.
Yeah, but that's not held against the transfer budget.
No,
so.
It's not. But let's just look right now. We paid Dusan $22 million a year just in the salary. Let's not talk about the 75 that we paid. So $22 million a year. If you pay David $6 million this year with $15 million worth of agent's fee, that's $21 million. That's $1 million less.
Yep.
And that's only for one season. Like, and then you have to think about the contract length. Like, if the deal is between 5 and 6 million, okay, dude, agents fees is something that happens all over football. Like, that's why
it's negligible. It's not something you count.
Anything new. Like, that happens all over football, but for that you get the player for free. Free players always get signing bonuses. The agent get gigantic fees. Like that is what's happening, man.
It's always been that. It's always been that.
You overpay for the first season, and then after that you have just the dry salary, of course, and then included bonuses or whatever. Like if you reach a certain.
Yeah, again, I'm fine with 5 or 6. I don't see too much of an issue. My only concern would be is because you kind of lowballed a lot of other folks on the roster with their contracts, how it'll factor into negotiations. Because I think Yildiz is on potentially going up to 3 or 4 million a season. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work with him essentially once he comes up for renewal as well. But again, I think that's.
But I think he's extended right now to 28 or 29 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
This for now, so.
But I digress though. Like it's not anything. He's easy to move, contract wise. It's not a burden for another team to take that contract or to even improve it if he does well. If you need to flip him, you could probably flip him into the Prem easily because again, for them, 5-6 million is chump change. So he's easy to move. He's serviceable.
Resale
value is decent. Full blown plus Valenza if you sell him for a dime.
And there's Yildiz for reference 3.7.
Gotcha. So again, I think the move is good. I don't see an issue with the move. Again, my expectations are that he's an offensive facilitator, is something that this team desperately needs outside of Yildiz being the only facilitator. I think the numbers, if he lines up with the numbers that he did last season in the league, it'll help your offense drastically well. We'll score some more goals, maybe get some more assists, and ironically, he might save Tudor's bum ass job. But I mean, I rest my case with that. I think again, David's is a net positive for the team. Unfortunately, if you think otherwise, I'm curious to think why, but and I'm very genuinely curious because this is a great opportunity because David and Kolo will challenge each other for the starting role. So you have a sense of competition, which both players will be sharp. There's not really anything to hate this move. I mean, again, if your expectation is I need someone to drop a 30 piece, you're stupid and you need to rethink life a little bit. But
the biggest
No,
question,
but even then, if God knows why, but if you want a striker that that gives you 30 goals per season, 25 goals per season, like around that area, you're paying 90 fucking million for that.
Mhm. Oh,
and
absolutely.
that's something that's
And
dependent on your chance
and
creation.
just consider here that we got a player for free, a player that scores like almost every season 15 goals, like consistently.
And he's
And
25. He has room to grow.
yeah, yeah, and maybe just maybe if he has like quality behind him, depending of course like on the players we get, the philosophy and whatever, maybe it will help him. We don't know. Like he may turn out even better than what he played at Lille. But even if his goal out if his GA output at Lille, like if that is his floor, I take that. That's 21
Yeah.
GA, man, from last season. So
You know, and it might even drop too because Italy is supposedly more defensive. I'm believing that less and less these days, but supposedly more defensive. Yeah, it might be a little bit more clogged up when you're playing the Lecces that just park the bus. Yeah, he's gonna struggle. He is not a world beater. He's gonna have those games where he's not gonna show up. He's gonna be completely congested. He's still a human, but then he is the kind of guy that would show up to Inter and bag a goal.
yeah. No, but that's part of it, right? Like I would rather have a player that is not there for every game, or that is a bit inconsistent for free, rather than buying one for 75 million and paying him
That's
20 mil per season,
not
and
consistent.
have the same inconsistency.
Consistently
So
trash.
yeah. And if you think about that, like it's just a net positive. Like we just have to get rid of the other guy now. That frees like salary space.
And if we don't, then we have some depth in the striker charts. The one thing I do have to say that I'm gonna give to Dusan, if you're expecting highlight reels, like if all you watch is footy on Instagram and you want highlight reels, you're gonna miss Dusan. For the lowlights and the highlights for that matter. But like that's the one thing. When Dusan scores, okay, he's got some beautiful ones. You don't see that from David so much. He's just very blue collar. You put the ball in his feet, he puts it in the back of the net. Bing, bang, boom.
Bots would call that a tap-in merchant.
Don't care what we need.
I don't give a shit as long as we win games.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
but overall, it helps offensively. He is a pretty good facilitator. If he plays next to Yildiz or whoever, the right winger will be or right offensive mid, depending on the lineup he will play. I think he will be pretty good, like with interacting with all of them, and
Yeah, and again, like his comps are literally Lacazette, Julian Alvarez, Marcus Thuram, Bukarak.
it is player that it
Harry
is like
Kane.
he's like very comparable to all those strikers that are connecting like the play in between the wingers, the offensive mid, whoever that will be for us.
That's all we
But
need.
yeah,
That's really honestly what we need. Is it the next piece? Is it the final piece for us to go into a Scudetto push? Fuck no, it's not.
It's a good step though.
It's a good step, helping the offense out a little bit.
I mean, that's it. We're gonna follow him closely. Obviously, I especially am super excited for this one. I have been following him for the past few years, so we'll see. There is going to be more content as the news rolls through. Stay tuned to the channel, like and subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. Get into the socials. Links are down in the description, the Discord as well. Because honestly, this one kind of gets me. It gets my juices flowing just a little bit, and I want to see where this one goes. Yeah, I want to see where this one goes. Anything else from the boys?
The boys are good.
Boys are good. All right, guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe on the next one.
Deuce on sucks.